Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Snackbox. Hope you all are having an amazing start to the week. Guys, we have the Fragment event calendar ready to go for Noldua. The gloaming, the fusion started. And yeah, let's jump right into it. And I'm going to give you a breakdown. I haven't looked at it yet, so let's check it out. We have a total amount of 130 fragments. That means you can skip a total amount of 30. You only need 100 fragments. Now, before we go into the events and tournaments, fragment fusions are the easiest ones out of all of them. Okay, there are the hybrid fusions, the traditional fusions, and the fragment fusions. And the fragment fusions are the easiest ones in terms of milestone points you have to get on tournaments and events and so on. Now, you can get 20 fragments from tournament leaderboards by winning them. Okay, so on the champion training tournament, the first one, and the champion chase tournament. So if you don't win those tournaments, you still have 10 fragments that you can skip in total, which is pretty good. So today we're going to start with an Ice Golem tournament right here, as well as a Gear Hunters event, which is pretty good because we can start straight away farming Ice Golem, completing this tournament, get points for the Gear Hunters event. The only downside here is that you can't farm any other tournament for this Gear Hunters event, so you can only double dip points. But I think there will be something like a event dungeon tournament or whatever, where you can finish it up, get some chronophage maybe, and finish the Gear Hunters event that way. Or you skip it, right? You can skip 10 fragments in total. So usually tournaments, the dungeon tournaments, will cost like 2,200 energy, something like that, and completing the Gear Hunters event until the milestone. Let's actually take a look real quick. For the fragments, it normally sits at like 3,700 points. Yeah, as you can see, and this will cost you around 5,000 energy if you farm stage 20 or the hard stages. The hard stages cost a little bit more energy, but yeah, it's somewhere around 5,000. Okay, so this one right here will be 5k energy. Okay, now on Thursday we will have a spider tournament and a champion training tournament at the same time. So you can definitely double dip points here for those two tournaments. By soloing the spider, there are lots of champions that can do it, or maybe you can duo or trio or whatever you can do, and get points for the champ training tournament as well. So we can double dip points here, which is pretty good. But unfortunately, there's nothing else at the same time. Okay, so we can't triple dip points here. Then we will have the first summoning event, the champion chase tournament, with 15 fragments and an extra 10. Keep in mind, you can skip a total amount of 10. If you win the leaderboards on the champion training tournament or the champ chase tournament, you get 10 extra. Okay, that means you could theoretically skip another 10 fragments from somewhere else. So that's something you could consider if you have an easy group. All right, that might be better to, for example, win the champ chase tournament in case you have an easy group, and then skip, the hero's path fragments, for example. But there are 25 in the hero's path. I just saw that, so that's pretty insane. Okay, we're gonna get there in a second. All right. But yeah, 15 fragments from a champ chase tournament is usually a normal thing. Then we have a classic arena takedown right here. Easy, very easy to do. Oh, the gear enhancement event one. I forgot about that one. That feeds off farming the dungeons and so on, and it's very easy to do. I have a video on it, how you can do it with like almost no silver. All you need for that is like artifacts that you can upgrade and sell. And I'm gonna link the video in the description below and also in the pinned comment, so you can go and check that out. Definitely makes it a lot easier. Yeah, so we have another gear enhancement event 2 and the third one. So there's 3 gear enhancement events. These and the classic arena takedowns, they are very, very easy to do. Okay, those are the easiest events and tournaments. And then we have a Fire Knight tournament on Monday. Okay, Fire Knight tournament on Monday, and a Dragon tournament from Thursday. But there's no Gear Hunters event anymore, so there's only one Gear Hunters event that is seen so far. Okay, so the Hero's Path is kind of like the second one, the second Gear Hunters event. You can get points from, farming dungeons, getting artifacts and accessories, or from the campaign even, and then summoning champions from shards. All right, so it's a Gear Hunters event / Summon Rush, the Hero's Path. This is very interesting because I think we will have a Hero's Path for the partner, for Solanar. I think he will be in there as well as the Soul. That's my guess. And a lot of people want to get this champion, okay? And they are both very strong together, but I'm going to talk about it in a second. Then we also have a champion training event right here, right? So that's pretty good because we can solo the dragon with a lot of champions. Ezio can do it, Nishak can do it, Marius can do it. There are a lot of champions that can do it. And you can double dip points here for the Dragon Tournament, the Champion Training Event, and then also for the Hero's Path, okay? So you can get a lot of points for the Hero's Path just by farming the dragon from Friday until Sunday, basically. You have like 2 days of time to farm the dragon, put in all your energy in there, and maybe that will save you a lot of shards. So yeah, I think this is the breaking point right here, the Hero's Path. If you manage to get all the 25 fragments from here, you can pretty much skip 10 fragments anywhere else. Maybe you can even skip the Champion Chase tournament. I think the first points, like the first fragments, will be 5 fragments, and then the next milestone will be 10 fragments. So theoretically, you could skip the 10 fragments out of the Champion Chase tournament. All right. So let's say we only get 5 frags out of here. Okay. And we skip the other 10. That means we have more shards for the Hero's Path, and you can theoretically get it by energy or with energy instead of shards, and that might be easier for you, or probably make it even realistic for you to get this champion out of the Hero's Path. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I think this sounds like a good plan. I don't know how much energy we will need for the fragments, but I would say it's something around, like 10k energy for like 10 fragments or whatever. Like 5k energy for 5 fragments. That sounds realistic for this Hero's Path. But at the end of the day, we gotta wait and see how this Hero's Path is lined up. Where are the fragments? Are they, close to the champion? I don't know if it's even a Hero's Path for Solanar, but it's very, very likely. We have no info on that yet, but I think it's, he's going to be in there. I'm pretty sure. If not, then I'm completely wrong, okay? So I don't know. So far, we have no info yet, so it's all speculation. But if he's in there, it all comes down to how is it lined up? Are the fragments next to the champion? Are they on the way to the champion? Are they completely separate paths? If that's the case, then it will be a lot more expensive. I guess that's what it comes down to. So yeah, but I'm gonna get the 5 fragments out of the Champ Chase tournament if they are the first milestone, and skip the other 10. And then just go for the full 25 from the Hero's Path, where you can do a lot with energy and maybe save shards for the upcoming Anniversary Fusion, which will be there in like 20-25 days. And I think that's going to be a huge one. Most likely, it's going to be something like ignore total guard stacks. A champion with skills that counter Mercurial sets. I can see that happening. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. But most of the time, when they introduce new stuff, they bring champions that counter those things. So you have kind of a counterplay. But yeah, so this is going to be my fusion plan. Like I said, double dip points here, Ice Golem Tournament, Gear Hunters event, double dip points for Spider Tournament and Champ Training Tournament. Get 5 fragments out of the Champ Chase Tournament. and then triple dip points for the Dragon Tournament, Champ Training Event, and Hero's Path, and go for the full 25 fragments from the Hero's Path. Now the question is, should you go for Noldua even if you can't get Solanar? So in my opinion, she's a very strong reviver. And revivers in the Dark Elves faction are very rare, okay? You have Blind Seer, which is a Void Legendary, so if you don't have her, it's really hard to keep your champions alive, especially when you're trying to push Faction Wars hard. You have this guy. It's a single target revive, so not that great, but works. You have him, which is also, you know, reviving 2 random allies, so not a full AoE revive. Then you have this guy, which is a single revive as well. Yeah, so in terms of revivers, this faction is definitely lacking AoE revives. So besides Blind Seer, this is the only one, okay? And it's a fusion. It's a Force affinity reviver, so affinity revivers are definitely better than Void supports because they can get weak hit, and Void revivers never get weak hit, so they always get the full damage. That's one thing that this champion does better. Then you have Enfeeable, Weaken, and you know, an AoE revive with 50% HP and 50% turn meter, and then placing shield. Based on this champion's max HP, it's a very strong revive, actually. And yeah, so if you're lacking revivers in Dark Elves, this is definitely a solid one, okay? This one will carry you through Faction Wars. But then if you are planning on going for Solanar as well, this is a must-do, okay? Because they both together are insanely good and very, very fun. And they benefit a lot from each other. You know, they lose like half the value if they are going without each other. So yeah, if you plan on using Solanar, this is a must-do fusion. And if you are lacking revivers in Dark Elves, then this is a very good one. Okay, this is a great opportunity to get a nice reviver for this faction. It's a fragment fusion. It's easier to do than the traditional ones and the hybrid fusions. And yeah, that's my opinion. I think you should go for it. But I can also see the argument that, you know, you might want to save shards for the upcoming March anniversary. And that makes sense as well. So it really comes down to how many shards do you have saved up? How many resources do you have saved up? If you are confident that you can do this fusion, get Solanar, and, you know, get the March fusion, the anniversary fusion, then I would definitely do it. And yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button. It really goes a long way. Also, subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more raid content, the YouTube algorithm is going to suggest you a video that you might like right here, and see you in the next one.